Hi everyone, this is Leslie of Succulent Social. Look at this beautiful thing that I have in my hand. This is Echeveria Hera, and this is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to do a little bit of repotting for this big one, and I will also remove some of the babies from this pot. Look how many babies it has already, and I was supposed to remove it at the time when they were just still smaller, but we got really busy and now they have really grown a lot. We are now approaching fall, autumn here in Australia, so it would be a good time to remove these babies before they go to sleep during their dormancy. I might be a little late, but well, I just really want to remove them now and take my chance, because we still have a few more maybe weeks of warmer days before it gets really cold here. So I really want to do it now, and I'm sorry to this Hera because I promised I would actually remove it way back, but I didn't. I wasn't able to. Look how tightly squeezed this one is. So yeah, we need to do that. Pardon my voice because we're doing a little bit of change of weather, of season. I'm also having a little bit of cough, and that's not good, but sometimes it's sexy husky voice, so bear with me, okay? So this is my Echeveria Hera. It's actually one of my favorite Echeverias. It's one of my first few favorites, actually. The first one that I had this markings all over it, and it actually reminded me of like a camouflage. So I didn't know the name then. I went to a Facebook group to ask them like what is it called, if the camouflage was normal or was part of the design. Of course, I was a very baby succulent enthusiast then, so I didn't know, and it turned out that because it has been sprayed with something, a chemical, and that's what happened to it, so it's getting all this markings that looks like a camouflage design to it. So this is actually new. It's been this spot has been with us only for about maybe 5 to 6 months. Alfred bought it somewhere thinking that we didn't have a Hera, but hello, I have one here who already has actually a lot of babies, plus I actually have a lot here too. These ones are actually not from the mother plant. This one are babies from the babies of the mother plant. So these are grandkids of this one, and we're gonna remove today all the uncles and aunties that are here. Okay, so a lot of people would find Echeveria Hera to be sensitive or difficult to take care of. I have a different experience in them. I feel that these are hardy plant. It's easy to take care of. It doesn't easily get rot. The only concern I have with Hera, I will tell you, is that it attracts mealybugs easily, especially this middle part, where when it gets infested with mealybugs, of course you have to treat them, either by, if there's just a few of them, you can just remove with a toothpick one by one, or if there's already a lot, of course you have to do a spray to kill them. Now the thing about spraying is the leaves are quite sensitive, so once you spray something, it has a very nice farina. I'm gonna touch it for you. See, it has, don't do this, I'm just trying to show you. Yeah, it has a very it has a thin layer of farina, and once you spray something, it would leave these marks. These are okay. This one, for example, had been infested by mealybugs, and the mildest combination of soap and water can cause it to actually have like this, even if we actually put it in a shaded environment after spraying. so it's quite sensitive in that sense. But as far as growing or like easily rotting is concerned, I don't feel that Echeveria Hera is like that. So I think it's quite a hardy plant, and it actually gives a lot of babies. All right, so talking a little bit more about Echeveria Hera, this beautiful thing has like a bluish grayish leaves that have very defined pinkish margin on the edges. These babies here, let me get one. See how it's getting more purplish color because of sun exposure. So that's the beauty right there. All right, so parent wise, this is actually a combination of Echeveria Afterglow and a hybrid of Porpoisorium. So I want to show you. This is currently my Echeveria Afterglow. It got funny. It has bloomed flowers now here from the center. I think it wants us to pollinate it. I don't know. But I don't know if it's also a death bloom because it's right smack at the center. But anyway, that's a different story. But this is Porpoisorium, and I think that's where it got the shape of its leaves. Hera got the shape of its leaf from this mother Echeveria Afterglow. The other parent is a hybrid of Echeveria Porpoisorium. So not this exactly, but a hybrid of this. I think it's called Pumila. I don't have that, but I think what it contributed to Echeveria Hera are the side markings. All right, let's first start with this one with lots of babies. They're very tight and compact now, so the best way for me to remove this is actually to remove the whole thing from the pot. Give a little massage here. There we go. And yep. Now let's come here. Let's see. So of course there will be a lot of dried leaves here, which is very normal as they use this for growth. So not an indication at all that they're dying, but whenever you see crunchy dried leaves, that's okay. It means they're just using their energy of the lower leaves for their growth. Okay, so when it's already like very compact like this, if you have any parts that are actually touching the soil, I would rather, instead of cutting, I would rather really pull them from where they are connected, because a good chance is you already have roots. So instead of cutting them here and wasting the roots, so just pull it and then you will already have roots. Remove any dry leaves. Maybe I'm gonna cut it here. I don't need the edge, the end, because it's curved, so I'm just gonna cut it right here. That's an open wound right there. We will allow it to dry and callus before we plant it to a pot. Let's continue. Alright, so I have already removed some of them, and now this is the mother plant. You see how by giving babies it has been so deformed, and you know that's what happens in real life. Moms, can you relate? Yeah, so anyway, I'm just removing all the dried leaves here, and just to note that on the stem here would be a lot of open wounds such as this. So what I'm gonna do is I will add in cinnamon powder to this, and the reason I'll do that is because cinnamon will act as like an antifungal. So we don't plant it straight away. I'm actually massaging it just to remove some of the soil, because I'll just change a little bit of the soil, and I will give this open wound time to heal. and to callus, so maybe we'll let it dry for about 2 to 3 days. Yeah, there's a little bug right there crawling. Can you see it? There we go. All right, so here are all the babies that we have gathered. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and of course the mother plant is the 10th one. So as you can see, once you remove them, there would still be a lot of these dried leaves here. All you need to do is just to remove them. There we go. And then once you're happy, I always just use cinnamon powder. You could dip it, you could use a paintbrush, or you could just basically dip it like that, whichever works best for you. Then we just keep it there. That's where it will dry up for, the open wounds will dry up for a couple of days before we actually plant it. Once we plant it, we will plant it in a well draining soil mix, a dry soil mix. Whenever I'm also removing babies such as this, I always take it, use the time to either 1, repot the mama plant, 2, clean the mama plant with all the dried leaves, just to give it more beautiful air circulation when we repot them. And then 3, from the babies or from the mama plant, I try to get some leaves, and these are the ones that we will use for leaf propagation. But the thing with leaf propagation, this is a bad one. The thing with leaves is you have to do a clean cut, meaning this end here should be the nodes where the leaf meets the stem. There should be a clean cut there, and there should be no leaves, part of the leaves that are left there. That's a clean cut. So I'm gonna put this aside. I'll try to get some more. So in the end, what's happening is you're actually doing leaf propagation. At the same time, the babies are growing. At the same time, the mama plant will recover and hopefully have more babies too. And then you'll be happy because you have lots of plants, new plants. You don't need to buy some more, or maybe you have to. Okay, I will continue. It's not a clean cut. I'll try from the other side. Okay, so at this time I'm actually just removing leaves for propagation. At the same time, I'm also giving some space here, a little portion of the stem, to show, so that this is what we're going to use to anchor into the soil later on when it has callus. Okay, alrighty, so I now have cleaned all of the baby ones. They also have already been placed with cinnamon powder, and the mama plant too have been drying here. Will dry here, and also cinnamon powder has been placed. So now the only thing that we'll do is to repot this beautiful big one and put it in the pot, because look how small the pot now is for it. So again, we just have to massage it like this and then lift it up. It has already a very good root system here. I'm already happy with that. I'm just gonna remove some dry leaves here just to give it a good air circulation later when we pot it. Okay, and I'm not even gonna remove this at all. I'm just gonna try to massage it a bit to tease it, just so the roots will penetrate to the new soil easier. I'm gonna put it at that. I'm just gonna use an old repurposed pot here. I ran out of terracotta pot, so we'll just use a plastic pot. That's okay. But I have, this is, I think, just the size that fits the diameter of the Hera, so we're gonna use this. I saw a video before on how they repot their plants, and what they do is basically, okay, if you want to repot it into a bigger pot, you just fill it up with soil at the bottom, and then you use the old one at the center, right, like that, and then fill up the rest. Maybe I'll want it higher. Okay, then you fill it up, la da da, so that later you will just shoot your plant.
Okay, just like this. So as you can see, the soil that I'm using here would be a fast rain soil mix, meaning they're all going to be, the water will just flow down if ever we water it. Yeah, of course you will water it, but not now, eventually. So I'm just going to fill it up, just like that. Do a little bit more here.
And then, I hope it doesn't collapse. Remove this, ta-da! Look at that, and then, boom. Just put this in. Look at that. I might need to just fill it up a bit on the side, just to actually completely cover it. And then we will just allow the plant to do its own magic, which is basically for the soil to penetrate through the new soil, and I mean the old soil to penetrate, the roots to penetrate through the new soil. All right, that's it. We're done. So in the next few days, I'm just gonna repot all those that are at the back, and hopefully we'll have new Heras. That's all. I hope you will find it helpful as we, well, learn together this new plant, another plant. And if you have any questions, just put it in the description, in the comment section below, and we'll try to answer it if we know it. If not, well, we can learn together. We can learn and research together. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to our social media accounts. And if you are in Melbourne or in Australia and you have some plant needs or favors needs or gifts that are made of succulents, please do visit our website, which is www.succulentsocial.com.au. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.